So, when you're looking at a sea star, you will notice that most of them have 5-sided radial symmetry. You'll see that in the sea stars. You look in the sand dollar, 5 parts here. You look at the tests of a sea urchin, 5 parts here. So we have the 5-sided radial symmetry. And that's what puts all of these organisms in the same group. So we talked about some examples a little bit ago. Let's go over those examples again. Once again, we have a sea star. Then we have a brittle star. After the brittle star, we have sand dollars. Then we have sea urchins. Then we have sea cucumbers. And then also we have what's called crinoids. Those are all examples of the echinoderms. So in your book, we want to talk about some characteristics. So we are in Part B, characteristics. Now there's about 7,000 living species. And they all have a coelom. So number 2, you put they have a coelom. Number 3, you put they have 5-sided radial symmetry, right? Yeah, hopefully you remembered that. And you can see the picture in your book showing that 5-sided radial symmetry. And if you are thinking of an echinoderm, they're all over the oceans. They're from the shallow areas of the rocky intertidal to deep, deep, deep in the ocean. So they're everywhere. And depending what they are, they have numerous feeding methods. So if you look at number 5 in your book, I put here that the filter feeders are your crinoids and your brittle stars. Your grazers, your herbivores, those are your sea urchins. You have your carnivorous sea stars. They will eat a lot of things. And then you have your deposit feeders. You have your sea cucumbers. So you have a lot of variety of feeding methods when you talk about the echinoderms. They also have a spiny calcareous endoskeleton. So whenever you see a sea urchin, a lot of times you don't see this part of the sea urchin. You see them covered with spines. So if you're looking at a purple sea urchin, like this one, it has spines all over its body. But when it dies, what happens is the spines fall off, and what is left is the endoskeleton, also known as the test. Now you will be tested on that question. And don't do what one of my students did. I asked her on a test, I said, name this structure. She couldn't remember what it was. She came up to me and she said, Carrie, give me a hint. What is this? And I said, it's a test. She says, I know it's a test. I just need a little hint. I said, it is a test. She says, I know. Can you please give me some hint? It went totally over her head. And I teased her about that for the next year. So we know this is an endoskeleton or a test. So a couple of other characteristics here. If you turn to your next page, you'll notice that they have these pincher-like organisms. They're called pedicellariae. That is spelled Pedicellularia. I screwed up. I need to